My mom hopefully. You sure?
Yeah.
Is this on?
I'm going to put it on for you. Let's see.
In a second.
So, it's this button right here. I'm going to make sure everything else is. It should be on and ready.
Okay.
Can you go around this circle? Is this enough space? Put in the circle?
Yeah.
This is the 5 point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a light here.
Family members, as we are gathered here today to celebrate the life of Judy Kissoon, I am just going to play one song that is dedicated to Robin and Judy. They were married 51 years ago, and this song is the love story song. Very popular. Judy always spoke about this song. She gave us the story, but I wouldn't go into that. So I'll play that song for you all now.
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को क्लिक करें।
Over 50 and still haven't claimed yours.
The plan is to start officially at 10.
Thank you.
For the flames and the hot ones. back clothes, everything was the same. The slippers were on the left to the right, the slippers stayed on the left side. So that was the exact same. That's normal, right?
You okay, Bob? I'm watching it with you.
Where can I put your chair?
I don't think it's plugged in, Reggie. It's not plugged in at the bottom there.
You want the fire to roll or you want me to hold on to it?
Hold on, take me do that now then. If you give me, I can lose it.
That's what I'm saying.
You can. When I'm ready, I'll ask you.
He's gonna unwrap here. Hey.
Okay.
Now we can see.
You get the sound? It might go on, but the volume not on. Let me get the guys something.
Is it Funny Kimraj's book? It's Funny Kimraj. Yes.
Yeah. I'll make a photocopy of it so that I won't destroy the original.
Because then it's funny, and it Srinarayan Tiwari. And he wrote one as well. Same thing I photocopied. I had both of them.
Okay.
My mistake is I laminated the original and didn't laminate the copy. Because I used the copy. I should have laminated it.
The key is get all over.
But it gets thick when you laminate.
Yeah.
Boli Sri Bindraban Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Sitaram, everyone. On behalf of the family, we would like to thank you and welcome you to this morning's ceremony. Let us join our hands together in a little opening prayer. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha Om Shri Guruve Namaha Om Shantakaram Bhujakashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalarenam Yogibhirdhyanagamyam Bande Vishnu Bhava Haram Sarvalokaikanaatham Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. A special welcome also to Pandit Chris and Pandit Bimalji. Before we proceed further with our ceremony, I'd like to first invite Pandit Chris to say a few words, add his blessings and prayers also on this occasion. Panditji.
Let us all clasp our hands. We join in a short prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanur Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatkurum. Om Anadhinidhanu Deva Shankha Chakra Gadadhar Akshaye Pundari Kaksha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. To our senior Pandits, Pandit Tilakji, Pandit Bimalji, to this family, on behalf of my family, my sincere condolences to you all on this tragedy, this loss of this dear and beloved Mataji. Today as we gather here, not only do we extend our support to this family, but we extend our love and devotion to the feet of Bhagwan Shri Krishna to guide and to protect the soul today as the Antim Sanskar begins. In Sanatana Dharma, as we all know, there are 16 sanskars, and the final sanskar is the Antim Sanskar. That rite of passage in which is performed for us as we bid farewell to the human body, and as the human body with us, the children of this world, bid farewell to that soul as it now transcends. We pray to Bhagwan Krishna that Mataji was a very kind, a very humble, a very loving, a very devout soul. And as every devotee in this world's desire to be with Bhagwan Vaikunth, we pray that Mataji today have the blessings of the true bliss, meaning that she is one with her Bhagwan. Today as we join, I ask in this little contribution that I pay, that we all clasp our hands and we sing a little hymn to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Not only may Mataji be with her Krishna, but today may this soul as well feel that peace that Mataji is experiencing. So we join. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. O Shri Krishna, this morning as the beginning of the Antim Sanskar will take place, not only do we mentally bow to you, O Bhagwan, but we surrender to your feet and we ask that may this departed soul be one with you. May it know you, may it remember you, and may it not only become merged with you, but Bhagwan, may it give the strength to this family for the situation that has arisen. The realization of Bhagwan Krishna, blessed to the children and the members of this family, that this is the ultimatum of birth, which is death. And most of all, the realization that it is the body that is casted, and not this, and the body indeed in which we crave for. With that being said, to Uncle and to the entire family, Our prayers always with you. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. Ram Nam Satya Hai. Baluji.
Thank you very much, Panditji. Thank you for your prayers and your kind words and condolences to the family. We'd also like to introduce Pandit Bimalji to say a few words, a few prayers, and offer his condolences also. Panditji.
Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. So as everyone will say, condolences to members of this family. My Bhai Ravin, the children, my godchildren. There are many cycles we go through in life. But Chris reminded you, different sanskars, different sacraments, different giving thanks to God for every stage of our lives. Even before coming into this world, from the time of conception, there are many sanskars and rituals that are performed. Now that the little spark of divinity has parted with the mortal coil, it still is not finished. There are many after that rituals that are performed as well. But this is very important. It's a faith that will befall all of us at some point in time. Circumstances surrounding our leaving or parting, it varies. I do not know if it's karmic, but it's just a bahana, it's an excuse. But that specific time designated to Judy, specifically today, was that time that she had to go. Many stories will be molded around her parting. And emotionally, it's going to get the better of us sometimes. But her designated time, and I will tell you something today. I have known Judy and Robin for over 45 years, a long, long time ago. But everything that you are supposed to do to merge back into oneness with that Supreme Being, Judy, in her quiet way, completed all of this. So this is just a bonus for her today. But every day that she lived, she knew that this day will come. In retrospect, if you look at her life, very simple, very quiet, all the qualities that should be a part of our life to take us to the next level, these are qualities that Judy had. Soft, loving, caring, and all those positive adjectives. Everyone in reading, the pundits and whoever give their messages, some strange how circles around chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna used as a medium to give us this understanding of life and living. He chose at that time to stay away from going into battle. And then the Lord had to question him. He says, Arjuna, who are you? He says, I am a Kshatriya, I am a warrior, I am a soldier. Then what are your duties? He says, to fight for righteousness. He says, okay. But he says, my major question to you is, if you know what your duties are, and you don't perform that duty, today your calling is to go into battle, and if you decide you are not going to do it, my friend, or old man, when he says, oh Arjun, he means old man. If you do not do your duty, who will do it for you? And this is a question that we ask ourselves on a daily basis. If we don't do our duties, Nobody can do it for us. Whatever is left undone, and if you part with this mortal coil, you will have to come again. It is called a cycle of births and deaths. Some people call it reincarnation, or we call it janam janam ke pheri, until such time. But we should not make mistakes. Look how far we have reached. 8,400,000 births we have taken in the past to attain not a human being, the birth of a human being, but we have attained the birth of a human being with a special inclination to praying and wanting to do better. Not just a human being does that. So after reaching this, it is called a final stepping stone to emancipation. Sadhana dhama moksha ki dwara. On the doorsteps, just opening the door when our last breath comes and entering into oneness with Prabhu. So let us not make mistakes. Let us not make mistakes. Krishna Bhagavan says, Arjun, Najayati briti va kadachinnaya bhutva bhavita bharna bhuyaha ajo nityaha shashvato yam purano nahanyate hanyamani sarire. He says, Arjun, for the soul there is neither birth nor death. It is not slain when the body is slain, Arjun. But when that time comes that you have to say goodbye, Vasashi dranani yatha vihaya navani grahnati naruparani tatha sarirani vihaya dranani anyani samyati navani dehi. As we will change out old, a little analogy, clothing that are old and torn, and take on others which are new, so to this embodied self will change old and useless and sometimes diseased bodies and take on others which are new according to karma. I am not Bhagwan, but I would like to make a sincere pronouncement, knowing this family and knowing Judy for all of this time. I would want to believe that there is no coming and going for her again. Today you have all gathered, we have all gathered to witness something very special where Judy does not have to come back into this world. Coming and going is all complete. I want to believe sincerely that she has reached the final stepping stone where she was merged into oneness with the Lord. That's why in the Ramayana Katha there are so many nice things to say. Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan says, Parahita basajin hake manamahi tinakaha jagadur labaka chunahi tani tajtati jao mamadhama dehukaha tumhapura nakama. Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan says, Jatayu, I can promise no one salvation in this world. You are asking me to relieve you and take into one. He says, I can't promise that. He says, I have given man all the tools necessary, everything that they would need to come back to me. I sit quietly now to see in which direction they are taking their lives. So you have to give yourself salvation. We all have to do it ourselves. And this is what Judy did. Hari Om, He Rama Purushottama Narhare, Narayanaye Keshava, Govinda Garadhvaja Gunanidhe, Damodaram Madhavam, He Krishna Kamalapate Yarupate, Sita Pate Sri Pate, Vaikunthari Pate Charachar Pate, Lakshmi Pate Pahimam, Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kansachanura Mardhanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaye cha, Nandagopa Kumaraye, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Sing a little bhajan together, one that Judy always loved, and we'll sing it for her. I used to sing it at her home all the time when I go. He says, Pandit, I want you to sing this bhajan for me. And that bhajan was, Sukha ke sab saathi ki dukh mein na koi, mere Ram, tera naam एक साचा दो जान को, सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई। ना कुछ तेरा ना कुछ मेरा, ना कुछ तेरा ना कुछ मेरा, ये जग जोगी वाला भेजा। राजा हो या रंक सभी का, राजा अंत एक होई सुख के। बाहर पीछू माटी फाके, मन से भीतर क्यों ना झाके। उजले तन पर मान किया, उजले तन पर मान किया, और मन की मैलन धोई सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई। हो मेरे राम तेरा नाम, एक साचा दो जान कोई। सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई। राम नाम सत्य है। थैंक यू पंडित तिलक जी। Oh.
When you're ready, I invite you to wash the boy's hands.
In the scripture, it is said that there are three things that are essential in the spiritual progress of the individual. Number one, the blessing of the human body. Number two, the grace of God. And number three, the assistance of the qualified guru to steer the ship, as it were. We thank you, Panditji, for being the guru of the family and the entire community as well. We join together in reciting a few verses of the Bhagavad Gita. It is customary at this time to draw solace from the words of Sri Krishna in his description of the body of the individual as Deha Traya, a physical body, a subtle body, and a causal body. His assurance that what dies is just a physical body. The spiritual self lives on, and the Atma, the soul, is as divine and eternal as God itself. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Arjuna Uvacha. Kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam. Kim karma purushottama. Adhibhutam cha kim proktam. Adhidaiva kimuchyate. Adhiyagya katham kotra. Dehesmin madhusudana. Prayana kale cha katham. Geyosi niyatatmabhihi. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Swabhavu Dhyatmamuchyate. Bhuta Bhavu Bhava Karo. Visargaha Kim Karma Sangitaha. Adhibhutam Sharo Bhavo. Purushascha-adhidevatam. Adhiyagyo Hame Vatra. Dehe Deha Fritambara. Antakale Chamameva. Smaran Muktva Kalevaram. Ya Prayati Samadbhavo. Yati Nastyatra Samshayaha. Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam. त्यजन्त्यन्ते कलेवरं तं तमेवैति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भावभावितः तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु मामनुस्मर युध्य च मय्यर्पितं मनोबुद्धिर्मामेवैष्य संशयः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः श्रीकृष्णाय नमः श्रीकृष्णाय नमः. These are the 7 opening verses of chapter 8 of the Bhagavad Gita, where the description of the makeup of the individual as Deha Traya, the threefold makeup of the body, is described. We'd like to welcome Bharatji. Can you please, I think you have an appropriate bhajan and a few words and your contribution to the service also, please.
Namaste, Sitaram everyone. It is said, Aaye bhi akhela, jaye bhi akhela. We come alone, we shall go alone. Ek dine hame bhi jana hai. One day, we all have to go. It is also said that life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his or her hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is also said that when we leave this world or this physical body, we leave with 2 things, either the good deeds or the not so good deeds. So when we are in this world, it is always advisable to do good, see good. As Baba says, serve all, love all, help ever, hurt never. This particular bhajan, Itna tu karna Swami, jab pran tan se nikle. It's a beautiful bhajan that is sang to Lord Krishna, and I'll give you the meaning as I go along. Itna tu karna Swami, jab pran tan se nikle, Govind naam lekar, jab pran tan se nikle. Shri Ganga ji ka tat ho, Jamuna ka vanish ho, mera sawal nikat ho, jab pran tan se nikle. Itna tu karna Swami, jab pran tan se nikle. पीतांबरी कासी हो, छवि मन में या बसी हो तो भी कुछ हंसी हो, जहाँ कंत प्राण पाए, कोई रोग न सताए, ये दर ना दिखाओ, जब प्राण तन से निकले. इतना तू करना स्वामी, जब प्राण तन से निकले. And the translation says, O Swami, referring to Lord Krishna, do this much for me. When my last breaths are leaving me, O Lord, may I take the name of Govind, and then only may I take my last breath. O Swamiji, may I be near the banks of the Ganges, or the Gangaji, and hear the music of his flute ringing through the forest by the Jamuna. May my dark one be beside me when I take my last breath. O Swami, may I see him in a yellow loincloth around him. May my heart absorb his resplendent beauty as it draws me closer. And may on his lips be a smile of welcome as I breathe my last breath. O Swami, when the last breath comes through my throat, may I suffer not from any spasms or any diseases. O may Yama, the god of death, not show me his form when I am breathing my last breath. O Swami, at that time, please make haste and come quickly. And O Sham, do not forget to bring Sri Radha with you before the last breath comes over me. This is the devotee's request while leaving this world. As you know, the soul never dies. Water cannot wet it. Fire cannot burn it. It's everlasting. It can go from physical body to physical body, but depending on your actions, you can go straight to heaven. You can go straight and merge with the Lord. Govinda bolo, Hari Gopal bolo, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda bolo, Govinda bolo, Hari Gopal bolo, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda bolo. Gopala Gopala re, Pyare Nand Lala, Gopala Gopala re, Pyare Nand Lala, Pyare Nand Lala, Pyare Nand Lala, Gopala Gopala re, Pyare Nand Lala. My dear brothers and sisters, friends, Panditji, my family and I, we join and send our best, our condolences, and with this beautiful soul merge with the Paramatman. I have known this family for many, many, many years, and I am so honored and so proud that I have known them, and our friendship goes way back till the 80s. I remember when Robinji and his family would come to the Shiva Mandir, which was operating out of a trailer way back in the 80s. And he has always been supportive, and we'd like to send our love and our blessings. Om Jai Shri Ram. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maharaji. Thank you. And speaking on behalf of the family, we'd like to ask Emma, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here to honor the life of an extraordinary woman, Judy Kissoon, daughter of Abbas and Hakiram, a devoted and doting wife to Mr. Robin Kissoon, a loving mother to Surin, Tiki, mother-in-law to Rena and myself, a proud grandmother to Ryan, Finley, and Nico, and who could forget a doggy grandma to Lola, sister to Sally, Jamila, and Callum, a cherished friend to so many. She was the heart of our family and a constant source of strength and grace. When I think of her, a few words come to mind. Funny, joyous, warm, inviting, kind-hearted, loyal, but probably the most fitting would be loving. For 78 years, Judy lived with kindness, wisdom, and quiet courage. She wasn't someone who sought the spotlight, but rather someone who made everyone around her shine just a little bit brighter. Her love was the steady foundation upon which her family was built. Her presence brought comfort even in the most uncertain times. As a wife of almost 52 years, she stood beside Robin through life's seasons, good and hard, always with patience, understanding, and a love that never wavered. On November 1st, 1973, they made the commitment to each other, and there has never been a day since where the commitment, loyalty, devotion was broken. At the tender age of 26, she had met the man who would change her life in the most beautiful way, and they both have been sweethearts ever since. Their bond was more than a partnership. It was a testament to what it means to truly walk through life hand in hand and to experience all of the beautiful things that this life has to offer. On her most vulnerable days, he knew what she needed: a warm embrace, a quiet walk together, a drive out with nowhere to go, a cup of her favorite tea, Christmas movies in July or in December, didn't matter. Their marriage was more than a partnership. They were best friends. As a mother, she raised her sons with unwavering love and gentle but firm guidance. She taught them the value of hard work, the importance of kindness, how to forgive but not forget, the courage to always be themselves and not be taken advantage of, and many more lessons that only a good mom would pass along. Her sons will always carry her values in their hearts, her lessons in their daily lives, and pass along a legacy that cannot be matched. Some of Surin's most fond memories include daily phone calls that were meant to be a few minutes but lasted hours. Reminiscing of memories to travels of bucket list places, her most favorite being London, of course. And now she finally gets the chance to meet the Queen. Her insane love for Magic Kingdom. Last year we were so fortunate that we did get the chance to go to Magic Kingdom with her 3 grandsons and experience the joy through the eyes of a grandma. Listening to her endless stories of the silly things that her, Finn, and Nico did together, thinking back to the time that she doggy sat Lola when she was a puppy who was teething and lost half of her teeth during that time. Grandma got a really good few puppy bites back then. Her laugh brought an inexplicable joy. Her hugs seemed to heal in a way that no one else's hug could heal. The way she protected and defended her daughter-in-law, because that girl could do no wrong. As a grandmother, she gave the most precious gift: time. Time spent telling stories, giving hugs and kisses, celebrating every small accomplishment and occasion. She has heard first cries, seen first steps, and been there for first birthdays. They had sleepovers that were meant to be one night and somehow turned into 6 or 7 instead. Spending hours in the kitchen making favorite foods and then embracing all of the that followed. And simply being there for them when they needed her the most. Her grandsons know they were endlessly loved by Grandma Judy. And in her eyes, they could never do any wrong. One of her favorite catchphrases, just leave them. Let them do what they want. Let them make noise. Let them make a mess. Let them, let them, let them. She would look at me under her glasses whenever I scolded Finn and Nico in her presence. But of course they knew where to run to. Grandma Judy. They knew exactly who would always have a sweet treat for them whenever she saw them. Grandma Judy. Lola knew exactly who to bully to get whatever she wanted. Grandma Judy. Mom always said Lola was so smart and intuitive. The only thing missing was her ability to talk. Their connection was so strong that it was remarkable. And therefore, it was only right that Lola knew exactly, down to the minute, when her beautiful grandma gained her angel wings last Wednesday at 8:20 p.m. Judy had a way of making everyone feel special, whether it was a warm smile and a hug, a listening ear, or a cup of tea at just the right moment. She knew how to show up for people. She lived not for herself, but for those that she loved. And seeing all of your beautiful but sorrowful faces today, let us know just how much she loved and is loved. Thank you for showing up for her today. Even as we grieve, we know that her legacy lives on, in the laughter of her grandchildren, in the quiet wisdom passed down to her sons, and in the love we all carry for her. Though she may not walk beside us, her spirit remains in every kind act, every family gathering, every moment of warmth that we share. So today, don't just mourn her passing, celebrate her life. A life filled with meaning, devotion, and love. We are better because she lived. And we are who we are because she loved us. She lived her life the way she wanted, and in true Judy Kissoon fashion, she made her exit on her own terms. Sleep well. You've given so much of yourself. And you've given me the greatest gift. Pieces of you that I'm blessed and grateful for. And I promise I will look after them and give them all of the love that you showered upon them. So may you be surrounded by peace, just as you gave us peace for so many years. And we will carry you with us always. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emma. It's not easy to stand here and speak on occasions like these with your calm, controlled, quiet, soothing voice was exactly what was needed at this time. Thank you. In our scripture, it is said that from God evolved the 5 elements that make up everything in this creation. From divinity came space, from space comes air, from air comes fire, from fire comes water, from water comes earth, and the combination of these 5 elements that originate from divinity make up our physical bodies. And this principle, recognizing the divine origin of these elements, is what guides our ceremony here today. Antieshti, samskar, we have used this word at least 3 or 4 times so far this morning. The funeral ceremony. Technically, of all the samskars in the life of the individual, while it may be emotionally difficult, it is practically very, very simple. There are 2 or 3 major components of this ceremony. Initially, the members of the family, especially the children, and traditionally the boys in the family has been given preference to lead this part of the ceremony, but there's no rule prohibiting any gender of the family from performing aspects of the ceremony. The initial blessing of the body of mother or father. Placing chandan, applying perfume, flowers, garlands, doing arati as a way of blessing and purifying the body. That's more traditional. It's not a strictly important part of the ceremony, but it is very, very traditional. First major aspect of the ceremony is what we refer to as the offering of the 5 or 6 pindas. And as a Hindu, you might know I know what a pinda is. The little rice ball that is made from home, where each one of these are offered as a token of appreciation to the various elements that made up the physical body of the individual. In our situation here, at the hall of the funeral home, the first pinda is offered. And the mantra used describes the individual as Shawa Nama, a description of the body itself. And since the element earth makes up the major portion of the body, that first pinda is a token of appreciation of the blessings of Mother Earth in the construction of the human body. In the procession to the final resting place, the crematorium itself, there will be various stops along the way. You could remember in the olden days where it was a long trek from the road to the cremation site. First stop at the doorway, or in our case, just outside the doorway here, where the individual, and the mantra used describes the individual as Pantha Nama, a traveler. This is where the official spiritual journey into the afterlife begins, where you have the blessings of the deities that preside over the home or this environment as you begin your spiritual journey into the afterlife. Third pinda offered in the olden days at a crossroad, road going this way, that way, this way, that way. A token of appreciation of the various directions that made up our environment, the element space. Kecharanama, to use the mantra's words. Fourth pinda, at a resting stop. Remember, it's not like today where it's only a short trek. It used to be a longer trek. Let me show my appreciation with the offering of this fourth pinda to all the other elements. We already offered our token of appreciation to the earth and to the element space, but all the other elements that went together to make up the mortal frame of my mother. Pinda number 5, a description of the individual as a sadhaka, a spiritual seeker, a devotee of God. Let the offering of this fifth pinda gradually lessen your attachment to the world, the physical and material world, and the body that you have left behind, as you focus more on your spiritual journey to come. And in the olden days, pinda number 6 was offered on the day after when the ashes were collected. And since in today's environment we might not be physically here collecting the ashes, we offer pinda number 6 at the cremation site itself. Let this be a token of appreciation to Agni, the great purifier, responsible for the return of the physical elements that made up the body back to their universal counterparts. That's step number 1. Step number 2, the Hawan. It takes me longer to describe it than to actually do it. But each aspect of the physical body is presided over by a particular deity, a devata. And just as how we do Hawan on a puja, like Diwali day or Navratri day, where you offer ghee or samagri into the fire, giving thanks to the deities that presided over this ceremony, so too in a funeral ceremony. By offering ghee into the fire, we're giving thanks to all the deities that presided over the various faculties of the body. They have served the body well. They have maintained the body well during the course of the individual's life. Now, by doing the Hawan, we are showing our appreciation to these deities and asking that they return back to their universal counterparts from which they've come. And occasionally, step number 3 is done, like we will do in today's ceremony. You know, in our culture, one of the first questions that the family will ask when an individual passes away is, and Panditji, you will testify to this, Baba, is it a good time or not? You know, in Hindu culture, we like to choose an auspicious occasion on which things are done. Like you're building a house, you're having a puja, you're having a yajna, you're having a wedding ceremony. The first job is to consult the pandit or the astrologer to make sure that an auspicious occasion is chosen to begin that ceremony. In a funeral ceremony or on the passing of an individual, one of the first questions that is asked is it Panchak period during this time? And when Mom passed away, yes, it was Panchak period. Now, to dispel some of the traditional fear and superstition regarding this ceremony involving the Panchak ritual, we've tried to come up with a little scientific explanation of what it means and what it signifies. In Hindu astrology, there are 27 constellations or groups of stars in the zodiac. And 5 of these That's where the name Panchak comes from. 5 of these stars or 5 of these constellations preside over the travel arrangements an individual will make. In a very strict Hindu family that follow the astrology principles very, very carefully, even when they are alive, they will not begin a journey during the Panchak period. So the Panchak period on passing, since this is regarded as the start of the spiritual journey into the afterlife, is considered to be an inauspicious period. Do I have to say it all over again? No. Thank you. These 5 constellations that we refer to as Panchak are deities of the environment, 5 stars. And by making little murtis that represent these 5 constellations and placing it in the casket, the prayer is, let these 5 deities bless the journey, even though it may be an inauspicious time to begin a journey. Let them bless the journey into the spiritual life of the individual. And so deeply ingrained is our belief in these practices. Oh, now it's working. So deeply ingrained is our belief in these practices. You can see how the traditional family might be a little bit scared of this type of ceremony. But to dispel the fear and to dispel the superstition involved in the Panchak ceremonies, this is my usual way of explaining it. It is an inauspicious time for travel, just like how there's an inauspicious time to build a house or to have a puja or to have a yajna. So our prayer in the performance of the Panchak ceremony is, let these 5 deities of the zodiac bless the spiritual journey of my mom in the afterlife. So 3 steps in a ceremony. It took me longer to explain it than to do it. Now that doesn't mean that it is an easy process. It may be a simple process, but emotionally it is a very, very difficult process. The post-cremation ceremonies like the shaving and the bhandara and whatever else are more complicated and detailed. But this itself is a very, very simple one. We put our hands together before we do our initial puja here in the hall. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Anadhino Dhana Vishnu Shankachakra Gadadharam Apado Pundare Kaksham Preto Gati Samudbhavaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai. And now, the members of the family who would lead us into the performance of the final puja. If you've got bhajans on your recorder or anybody wants to sing, feel free. But the 5 guys or girls or whoever members of the family who will perform the ceremony, now we'll do that part of it.
the side face of our child. No, thank you.
Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Shri Surim Kissoon Yajamanasya Anteshri Karma Aham Karishe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And you have to load of water.
Yep.
Sprinkle it 3 times around the body of the casket.
Sit.
Om Madhya Mukkotrasya Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Mritakasthane Shavaminita Snanam Yadiyate Vokritishtatam. For a chantant for it. Om Madhya Mukkotrasya Shri Judy Kissoon Pretasya Mritakasthane Shavanimita Gandham Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Om Madhya Amukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Mritakasthane Shavanimita Idam Gandham Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. There's one mala. Sandra might know which mala it is. You say. Get matches.
Great.
Space matches somewhere there, please. First one. Sorry, but Pandit is lacking busy here. Om Madhya Mukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Pushpamala Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Then you hug it. The process of the rest go down. Now we have Arti. Om Madhya Mukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Deepam Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Back here again. Put the end of the line and then the second person, and then hold the mala for you. Put the mala. Hold the mala for you. First, give her a ceremonial bath by offering her water 2 times. Om Madhya Mukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Snanam Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Chandana. Om Madhya Mukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Chandanam Pindopari Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Om Madhya Mukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Pushpamala Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Om Madhya Mukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Deepam Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. First water. Purify the body. Om Madhya Mukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Snanam Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Om Madhya Mukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Chandanam Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Idam Gandham Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Wow, mala. Om Madhya Mukkotra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Pushpamala Maya Diyate Vokritishtatam. Om Madhya Amukutra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Deepam Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. Water. Om Madhya Amukutra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Snanam Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. Om Madhya Amukutra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Chandanam Gandham Cha Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. Om Madhya Amukutra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Pushpamala Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Deepam Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. Om Madhya Amukutra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Snanam Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. Om Madhya Amukutra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Chandanam Gandham Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. Om Madhya Amukutra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Deepam Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. Om Madhya Amukutra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Pushpamala Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. And back to you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 5 lines. Okay. First pinda. One pinda from the tray. It's then a coral leaf with a piece of bush grass and a flower. Alright, just take this one piece, put the rest back. Here are the flowers. Om Madhya Amukutrasya Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Mridakasthane Shavarnimita Eshate Pindu Maya Diyate Namo Pratishtata. And you have the water, so we're going to do the water. Om Mammi Varuna Suri Om Mammi Varuna Suri Hava Madhya Charitya Om Achmaniyam Achmaniyam Shudha Achmaniyam Samadhyami. Okay. Put it back on the table. We won't need it yet. We'll need it under procession now. First one. Sorry. From now on, you in the front. I'll hold the tray without disturbing the motif. Here, Amukutra Shrimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Panchakamaranam Vidhi Idam Karishe. Place a flower and then sprinkle water.
Yeah.
Om Kretavahaya Namaha. Om Kretavahaya Namaha. Om Kretavahaya Namaha. Om Preta Sakaya Namaha, flower and water. Om Preta Sakaya Namaha, Om Preta Sakaya Namaha. Om Preta Paya Namaha, Om Preta Paya Namaha, Om Preta Paya Namaha. Number 4. Om Preta Bhumi Paya Namaha, Om Preta Bhumi Paya Namaha, Om Preta Bhumi Paya Namaha. And that bottom piece of the basket open. We might have to bring this up a little bit. Safely fit down, and it will set behind the legs. Just hold it up. Just hold it up temporarily. We'll close it down a little bit. Now, go down to the head and place it behind the legs. We'll give you flowers and water. Om Preta Haritre Namaha, Om Preta Haritre Namaha, Om Preta Haritre Namaha. And while they're holding the bottom piece open, yes, you arty into the entire casket. You can start here and you can walk down if you like. Om Adya Mukutra Srimati Judy Kissoon Pretasya Idam Nirithaka Sthane Mayadiyate Evokatishtapam. And I can close it back because I don't think it was meant to stay open all the time. And that so far is our ceremony here. We'll invite everybody else to come and pay their last respects, offering the flower. Yeah, there, but okay. So you guys can sit and relax for a bit. We'll give the members of the immediate family, like Dad and whoever else might be of the immediate family, to pay their last respects first by offering garlands, flowers, whatever you have. And then immediately they're finished, everybody else who wants to, there are some loose flowers, we can file past in that direction, you can offer a flower, say a little prayer, and we can exit back this way. That basically completes our ceremony here in the hall. In a few minutes, we'll be able to do our procession to the crematorium. Could we pause the procession just a little bit, please? Just take a seat right where you are. And Tiki also has a few words on behalf of the family. Please.
Thank you.
I'm sorry if I omitted you.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Come by the microphone.
Good morning, everyone. For we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, yes. We are pleased, rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. That's 2 Corinthians 5, 7, and 8. My mother had a beautiful soul. She had a heart of solid gold. It had no boundaries. She loved everyone. Her face would always glow like sunshine. She never saw someone from the outside, was always from within. Her voice was so sweet to hear, always so soft, so loving, and so caring. Although she carried me for 9 months before I was born, she still carried me and always protected me from the time she was here. I would always remember when she would call me on the telephone. When I answered, she would always say, "Hello, Migueli?" Actually, it's Miguel. Spanish Miguel, right? But she changed it to Migueli. It was a nickname she would call me. The first time she called me that name was a long time ago. I would ask her, "How come all of a sudden I became a Mexican?" She would burst out laughing. It's just the way she was. Always liked to dance, make funny faces, and talk about the old days. Talk about the things Auntie Sally, Auntie Sherry, Uncle Attie, Mama would do or say to make her laugh. She would always have me in tears. Just recently for Valentine's Day, Rena called Mom and invited her to come with us for dinner at a restaurant we were planning to go. I remember calling Mom and saying to her, "Mom, your daughter-in-law wants to know if you will go with us for dinner. Will you be our Valentine?" I asked Mom. You know how her face just lit up? I was on the phone with her, but I could just picture her face. She said, "Really? You guys want me to go for Valentine's dinner with you, Migueli?" "That is so sweet of you." I said, "Well, it was Rena's idea and I loved it." Mom had left a huge hole in my heart, and knowing she's with the Lord dancing and doing so many funny things in heaven is giving me that strength to go on. I'm with you. I brought so much joy to Rena, Ryan, and myself. Now you are free. No more pain, no more suffering. You are soaring high with the angels. In closing, I would like to say a poem. If roses grew in heaven, Lord, please pick a bunch for me. Place them in my mother's arm and tell her they're from me. Tell her I love and miss her, and when she turns to smile, place a kiss upon her cheeks and hold her for a while. Remembering her is easy. I do it every day, but there is an ache within my heart that will never go away. I love you, Moritz. I will always remember that great memories we shared. I will always love you. Thank you, and I will see you again soon.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for coming. I know my grandma was watching down and smiling, seeing how we all came together to celebrate her life and her legacy. I cherished every memory I made with my grandma. She was always there for me and always believed in me. She always gave the best hugs and had the most comforting words to say to make me feel better whenever I felt down. Even when the world felt like it was falling apart, I knew I had her right by my side, walking with me through life. One of my favorite memories with her would be during the holiday season. She loved Christmas. There was nothing she enjoyed more than making some tea at night and getting nice and cozy in her pajamas to watch Christmas movies. Every year, we would always put up her Christmas decorations together, sometimes even as early as October. There was never a dull moment with my grandma. We were always laughing, talking, and having fun. Grandma, I want to say thank you for helping make me into the man I am today. Thank you for all the memories and the knowledge you always share with me. My grandma's biggest dream for me was for me to continue my education and be successful in life. Grandma, thank you for always believing in me and my dreams. I promise I'm going to make you so proud. Thank you for everything and for being the sweet, perfect person you are. I love you forever. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Now we can begin the procession all over again. If you have a flower or you like take one from the table, feel free. Thank you for coming and being a part of it.
What if I can do to help?
That was nice.
Okay, good. Simple and nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
You never know, eh? Life could be today, tomorrow. I met this one yogi last year. 135. And he's doing it. I took a picture of him. You know? He goes by the Ganges. Or the one. He eats one meal per day. He gets up at 4 in the morning, 4:30, walks, does his exercise, and it's amazing. At 135, healthy.
Okay, we are almost ready.
You ready?
Ready? I think it will be me that will walk alongside. We won't be physically carrying.
Okay, we're gonna keep on the rollers.
Yes. As soon as it comes back. It's off. All right. Well, we won't use that because we are not physically putting it on the ground.
Outside, yeah.
Yeah, no. It will be wheeled all the way across.
Okay.